Coach Larry Willis, good to see you here. You know, they're talking about maybe Manny Pacquiao facing Keith Thurman later this year. And I really want your opinion because you got a unique view of Keith Thurman. You know, you're from Florida, your son has fought him. Tell me how far back you remember Keith Thurman.
I remember Keith from 10 years old. He started out, training with Ben Getty up in Clearwater.
Yeah.
And we used to go up and train. And actually, Quentin and Marcus used to spend the summers with their grandmother in Clearwater. So they would train at Ben Getty's gym during the summer. So Marcus and Keith have been sparring and fighting each other since they're 10 years old.
Right.
And
back then, did you see something special in him? Did you see he was good?
Keith was a tough kid, but that all comes from his coach. If you look at this coach, the way he believed in hard work, he had good work ethics, and if you're going to be a boxer and Ben Getty's gym, you're going to be something. Ben don't spend time with anybody that's not, I ain't going to say not worth anything, but Ben would have to see something in you to spend time and work with you, and he developed some good fighters.
So now, Keith, as an amateur, what did you notice about him? Like, when he was coming up?
Every year, Keith would get better and better. He would get stronger and stronger. Marcus, when they started sparring out, it was kind of, Marcus was a little bit older and a little stronger than Keith. We would pull out for football, come back the next year, Keith to catch up with me. So as the years went on, Keith didn't, this kid, being an amateur kid, 14, 15 years old, was sparring with grown men, sometimes pros, and giving them a fit.
Yeah.
Keith was a beast, man.
Did Marcus fight him too? Like, how were those fights? Your son's fight with him?
Marcus fought Keith, I believe it was 3 times in the senior division. I know he fought him in, may have been 4 times. But I know 3. The first time they fought was in Orlando, and it was more. Keith's just so much stronger than Marcus. Big puncher. I've always been a big puncher. And Marcus probably then had faster hands and everything, but it was a good fight. It was a great fight. They fought again in Brooksville, I think it was, at a Golden Gloves regional tournament. And that was a war. Every time they fought, it was a war. Now, the fight in California, we all felt that Marcus won that fight, but not on the judges' scorecards.
Okay. So, what about Keith's success as a professional? What have you thought of him, his run? He's undefeated still.
I like Keith. I've always liked Keith. I've always been a fan of Keith, and I think that Keith deserves to be world champion. There's a lot of guys that say some negative stuff about Keith doesn't deserve to have the title, but if you are beating guys and knocking guys out and winning fights, you deserve to be champion. You've earned it. You've earned that spot. And Keith has done his job. He's done what he had to do, to be champion.
Now, he came back against Josecito Lopez. What do you think about his comeback? Some people felt he looked a little off. Jose gave him a little trouble late in the fight. Some people felt, he was coming back from a layoff. What do you think?
Well, the thing is, you got to stop and think. Keith could have taken any fight that he wanted to. He took a fight. He took a fight that was going to be a tough fight. He didn't take the easy way out. He could have picked anybody to just get a comeback fight because he was out. It was a long layoff. He came back and he took a dog fight, and he got hurt. The one round he got hurt, and it was he got hurt a couple of times. That round looked bad for him. Everybody was sitting up. I actually stood up, that round because I didn't know what was going to happen. He was in trouble bad, but he still prevailed. He came back and he won a big fight over a tough opponent.
Now, they're talking he's facing Manny Pacquiao, possibly, later this year. What do you think about Manny Pacquiao's recent performances, knocking out Matisse, Adrian Broner? How do you think he's been looking?
Pacquiao's been looking good, but I feel, and this is my opinion, so I've been wrong before, but I think Keith knocks Pacquiao out. I think he gets rid of him.
Why do you say that?
Because I think more physically, I think Pacquiao's not big enough to stand in there and bang with Keith. I think Keith is physically bigger and stronger. Same thing with Earl Spence and
Mikey Garcia.
Mike is a great fighter, but Mike is a small, great fighter. Earl Spence is, he came up 2 weight classes. That was, you got 2 guys, similar skill levels, and the bigger guy is just as fast, just as seasoned as the little guy. Got to go with the bigger guy.
Keith, do you feel like after his last fight that he